Hello everybody, welcome back to Minecraft on the Block. This is the lab, episode 4, I think. And I am ready to start messing around with this, so I think, oh, you know what I was going to do too? Oh wow, good. Getting some good coke coal production or whatever it is. Let's put the rest of that in there and get some more. Alright, sorry. So, what I'm going to do today is get all this configured. I made a second engine. And you can see now I have the redstone energy conduits hooked up. And what I'm going to do is bring those down. Really, I should have probably brought that down. I could have saved myself one conduit if I'd brought it down. But I think I'm going to do this. Let's see. I also wanted... Well, actually, you know what? I'll fill it in when I'm done. I was going to say I'll put a couple pieces of stone here because I think I want it to come down into the top or the back. Maybe... I'll put the machines... I feel like I don't want it to come into the top of the machines, but it is cool looking, so I don't really want to hide it. I think I will come into the top of the machines. So let's see. How's this going to work? If we go... See, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's unfortunate. I don't think it matters, but it looks kind of lame. Let's see. I'm gonna need more of these, aren't I? That's right. We'll get set up first with what we got, and then we'll put the first things we put down will be the magma crucible and the other thing. I might put the magma crucible here. I was just trying to think if I did that, I would basically go like that, and then across. I mean, it's crazy looking. This one bugs me the most. I guess I could go like this, and then like that, and then across. This, I don't mind connecting both top and bottom because it connects flush. So I could do that, and then I could just run one here, here across, and connect to the top of all the machines. I think that would be okay. So, because we can always go behind these. I think we have enough room. Yeah, probably. We could build some dirt. Build that hill up. So, since we know we need a couple of things to start with, let's get the magma crucible and the induction smelter. I think I have enough of the other stuff. So let's say... Let's put this down first. Oh, wait. It's not going to work. We're going to have to go back to our original plan for the short term. And put these here, like that, and then the not the induction smelter, the liquid transposer has to go there. And I'm thinking because I have them next to each other, I can just go out of this one into this one. So if this blue is here, which it is, all right, and this orange is here, which it is, I should go out of here into here directly. So let's turn these on. I don't actually have a switch, so I'm going to have to go. But you can see that the water is just going to always stay full. I won't have to worry about that. So it's really just keeping... This is just the next step up. This isn't the best thing in the world, but... And then this should... Yeah. And then we'll put some redstone in there. And looks good. So this will start to get... Oh, well actually I have... This is perfect. I have 2 more of these. Yeah, 2 more. We'll need more than that, but this will be a good start. So theoretically, once this gets some, which it takes a little bit of time to build this up. So we've got the 2 engines going. Right now, let's see, does it tell us? Yeah, it tells us. Outputting a 0.9 right now, maximum of 2. They will speed up to 2, so you want to keep them going, if I remember correctly, although it just fell. Huh. Maybe it's the... That's weird. Maximum of 2, but it's falling. That's really strange. I thought these would basically... Yeah, they're falling still. I thought these would basically warm up to a total of 2. I don't know, maybe it has something to do with the fact that maybe this only carries 1 mil. No, that's not possible. Because they basically evened out at 0.5. Ooh, going down even. And they're storing. Oh, maybe it has to do with the energy stored because these can't use it fast enough. No, none of this makes any sense. This is getting power. Okay, well, whatever. We'll figure it out. So we're going to make 2 more of those. So we're going to need a few more anyway. We'll get a 3rd engine going. The easy approach to a 3rd engine would be to put one right here. Well, actually, right here would be even better because it could feed into that. That might actually be nice. Put the 3rd engine right there. And then that would be powering the same system. I think that would be fine the way it's set up. If this came out one and then down so that this wasn't connecting at that point, it would look cooler. And then, anyway, you guys get the point. So this will be kind of our little wall over here for doing that kind of stuff. And it's going. It's just going to take some time. I'm really wondering why we've got this situation. It seems like we should be getting, 0.3 now? It's like it's going to go down to nothing, basically. I wonder what this means, the fact that it's only burning kind of half. It's almost like, they're basically going to go down to nothing. I wonder if that's really what they're going to do. Yeah, they're so slow. I wonder if this has anything to do with it. See, they're storing a bunch of energy, which is strange to me as well. I wonder if this is a problem. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's feeding back into itself. Let's see. I could be just making that up. Although it does seem like it's going back up again. Or no, these are still going up. That doesn't help. Oh, there is something to do with this. Is that working? There we go. I just realized that. So you have to actually, the connectors have to, they either point in or out, so they were probably like feeding into each other, and then maybe some overflow or something, I don't know. Let's see if we can make this work. So that one should be okay. In fact, I wonder if that one can take power as well. That seems to be all going out. The engine has to point at it though. That one's full. That one's not getting anything. These are now putting 2 millijoules a piece out. Why isn't this getting anything? Because this bottom one is not correct. There we go. Now it's going to get cranking. And then we'll see if this actually goes into the other machine. My only concern with this is that this is putting back in, but it seems to be okay. This connection concerns me, but I guess it's all right. Now, yep. So those buckets are getting directly dumped over into here. There you go. We got 2 more. Now, I'm going to leave that like that for now, even though I hate it. I hate its face. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So that will get us 3 more machines, and we can do this. Let's do the pulverizer and then the powered furnace. So we'll go pulverizer, powered furnace, because then we can, so let's make sure the right side of this one doesn't actually output to anything. We don't want that to output to anything. We want the left side of this not to take anything. And we want it to output orange, so this stuff will get output on this side. Then this side will be input here, and that will allow us to do things like this. Aluminum ore apparently doesn't get pulverized. Let's do a piece of lead. Show you how this works. So lead, put lead in there, it's going to get pulverized. When it does, And these, you can see once they fill up, like this one will probably continue to fill up, and it will continue to fill this thing up, and I probably don't want that to happen. Yeah, this thing's taking all the power, so let's just get rid of this for now. We'll figure that out later. And this is full. That's good. Okay. So now these will start to fill up now that they're not using anything, but this one is. So anyway, you can see that it just dumped from here to here. You don't even have to have any pipes or anything, which is really nice. So that allows us to just dump out into this. And now the problem we have is, let's get our smelter down. We'll do our rolling machine out here. Let's sleep real quick. So yeah, so that's the general idea. That's why these are really nice. They're really well designed. You know, I mean, again, you could say it's kind of fun to have the Buildcraft pipes and stuff set up, but if this was like the only thing you would ever do with Buildcraft pipes, I would agree, but it's not. I don't love our setup here with the engine. I think you can actually turn these things off. So let's actually try that. What if we put this back here? It's sucking power. What if we put a wrench there? It's going to continue to suck power, but redstone control. Control status is enabled. It's being controlled with a... So does that mean it would be off? It's going to take the power. That's okay. I think we'll leave that. So it's basically just going to fill all of these power reserves. Some of them are, a lot of them are full already. And then we need a way to turn these off. So I think what we'll do, let's play around with that. Well, actually, let's do this. We still have the rolling machine we got to put down, which means we got to get a couple more of these redstone energy conduits. We don't have to do that right this second, though. I just really need maybe one more batch of them, which you make with this. You get 4. So let's do that, because I think I have what it takes for that. So we got 1 and a couple of electrum. Perfect. So we got 4 of those, and then we might as well get a little bit more of this and put those in there. There we go. There's 1. Yeah, we'll get these going. And I'll show you these tanks, because these are really cool, because this is another thing that's really nice if you get too much of what you are... Let's see, tank, portable tank. That's what we want. So that's 4 hardened glass and a tin. I can't make one right now because I only have the 1 hardened glass. But anyway, that you can... Basically, I could set it down, tell it to pump out into that tank, get all the stuff out of there, and then I could just right-click on it, set it on a shelf. That's cool. I love this. Let's see. Yeah. Set it on a shelf and go. So what's going on here? 1 more. Oh, that's going to be perfect. No, I'm going to need 1 more piece of redstone, I think. Because this is only going to output 25. Yep, 1 more piece of redstone. Is that right? Yep. Nice. And then we'll get this last one filled. Okay, what else? Well, we do need a way to turn these on and off, like I said, and I guess we could play with that idea a little bit. Let's go back here. I'm hoping that we could basically... Let's see, what if we power that block? Is that the one? No, it's the block right below it, that block. Will that actually work? No, that does not work. Why is that? It's not going to transfer the... Well, it does, but not into that, right? Or does it? It's been a while, folks, so just chill. There we go. So that does work for that. So that means that potentially I just got to go up and over 1, right? So that means that if I was... Ooh, that's ugly. That's okay. I could put a piece of stone there. Let's get one. That means I think if I was to put that there, but those are directional. Is that a problem? Yes, it is a problem. That's okay, because that means we need those things, right? The things that allow us to do directional. What are those things called? Let's see, redstone stuff. No, they're called repeater. Yeah, I guess a repeater is what I want. So let's do this. Let's make some of these. Let's make, we got some stone, so see if I remember how to do this. There's also other stuff that we can use with new fanciness, but I think that might be okay. And then just to test, if we put that there, that works. These have turned off, although they don't have any coal to burn, so I'm not sure I believe it. Seems okay though. Oh, and they could be in a burned out state. Let's check. Nope. I could also, no, it doesn't really seem to matter. That's going to be the best. Yeah, they seem to be okay, so let's try turning them on. There we go. Okay. And then they ramp up pretty quickly, yeah. Okay, that's good. Now, we need to move that switch, of course. And where do we want it? Right there would be ideal. Can we... That might... Yeah, that turns that off, which we don't want. That is where we want the switch, though, right there. Oh, I guess what we could do is just say this doesn't... There we go, disabled. Disabled. Let's try that. Yep. Good to go. Okay. And then theoretically, we should just be able to... You can't do that, can you? Oh, son of a gun. Not too bad. Didn't get anything, really, I don't think. None of my machines seem to be affected by electricity. So... Wait, is it down one more than that? It is. It's down. It's not that block. It's one below that. So theoretically that block? How would this work? What if we went like this? Would that be powered? No, that's on. And that's not powering that block. So just for fun, does it power it down there? No. Does it... Hopefully this is not too bad. You guys aren't like screaming at your screens yet. Let's see. Because it's this one, right? That doesn't matter. That's not going to do anything. Is it? Let's see, this needs to be on. So that's powering this block, that's powering that block. It's probably not powering the one behind it, correct? But wouldn't you think that... I would think... Of course, I'm sure I'm wrong. Can you... What about a repeater? Let me make a repeater. I gotta answer the phone too. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I made this way more complicated than it needed to be, but I moved the switch up there, and then I just ran redstone across here and into, in fact, this is unnecessary except that it allows me to walk back here. So let's see, most of this needs to just get covered up because I was hacking around trying to figure out a way to make it work before. But anyway, so this, yeah, this is fine. Like I said, it's more complicated than it needs to be, but it's just the switches on that block comes around and then repeaters in to keep them. In fact, I don't even think those are necessary now. Is that true? It's not true about that one. It still needs to be directional, so I'm just going to go ahead and make a, well, I guess this cheap way to do it would be like that. Is that right? Yep. And then if I put a third one here, that one should be easy to get power to. In fact, I could just go down here, I think I would go down here and into that block with a repeater and I would be good. So we might test that out because I would like to, that's the other reason I moved the switch, but I was wanting to get it working there just for principle, but then I gave up. So anyway, let's see, I think I got some steak cooking in one of these. There we go. And 25, good. We're close to 30. We need an awesome pick so I can go do some mining now that I'm getting some of this taken care of. I do need to make the rest of the rail and then the carts. So now that we got this going, let's mess with that a little bit. Let's work on the carts. So we'll probably just get a cart assembler going and then mess with some basic cart stuff. So cart assembler, there we go. Cart assembler is some stone, these, so that's redstone, gold, and iron. I need 2 of those. You'd think I would just do this. So let's see, I think I got that. Redstone, I need 2. I said it just a second ago. Redstone, gold, and some iron. 2 of the PCB chips. I'm gonna get rid of some of this stuff. Let's see. Let's do this. Clear up a little bit of space. So yeah, it's coming along. It's funny, this all started with just trying to get some carts going, and then it turns into this. That's the way it always goes. But that's what's fun for me. At least I'm enjoying myself. All right, let's see. A couple of these. Those, and some iron. There we go. There's the assembler. Now I think this thing just takes the same power, which we need to get some more of those energy conduits. Did I not make any more? I didn't. That's all right. Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead and just pulverize some more, since we're going to have to do that anyway. Now the only problem with this is that you want to make sure that you turn this off, like when you're not using it, so this should just go nowhere. So we don't have it automatically going in here if you didn't want to get it automatically smelted. So that's one thing to keep in mind. This should take 2 of those, 1 of those. That'll work. Okay. And then the cart assembler, let's put it down. I think it takes power. I don't even know that for sure. Maybe it doesn't. It might not take any power at all. We'll leave it there for now. How do I pick that up? Hopefully a pickaxe. Yeah, there we go. All right, so then in that case, I'm going to put it right here for now. All right, let's work on carts. So let's see. We want a hull. I think we have to start with a basic hull. Well, we could do a wooden hull, but that's really basic. I think we want a standard hull. We got iron and iron wheels. Yeah, we can make that. I think we can't make a reinforced hull. That takes reinforced metal, which takes stabilized metal, which takes a bunch of crap we don't want to deal with right now. So we'll do the first level. We'll do, well, the second level, I guess. Steel hull, iron hull, reinforced hull, whatever it is. Let's see, what was it? Standard hull. So we need the wheels and the iron. Now we may need some more iron. We do need some more iron. And let's go ahead and get this going. So since we do want now for this to come out of there, we'll go ahead and throw the iron in. The cool thing is with these, they have 2 slots for output. So since they're doubling it, you can get 64 and 64 in each one of these stacks, which is really nice. Same is not true over here. What is it doing? It was, oh, see, that you got to watch that. I don't want to output this at all. Certainly not into that. Although it's not going to do anything with it. But okay, so now we're getting iron stacked in there. Yeah, this will have double outputs, but it will get stacked up here. So anyway, that's it. Oh, I was going to say that's interesting. All right, so we need iron wheels, which were what? Some sticks, I think. Is that true? Yep. 2 sets of those, or 2 of them. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our hull. So this makes a standard hull, and we can do, you can see all the stuff there: module capacity 200, complexity cap 50, max engine count 3, add-on count 6. So let's look at the engines. I think I'm going to want a coal engine because we're not going to want basic solar. Yeah, we don't want solar. Tiny coal. I feel like tiny coal is like the one that we need. There's a coal engine. So you can tell modular cost is 15. We might just want a regular coal engine. Modular cost is 15. A standard hull has a total modular capacity of 20. So it seems like that's not going to hurt us. Especially if what we really want is like carts, and we have to think about all the things that we want on the cart. You can make like hundreds of different combinations of carts the way they do this. So I might need to go do some thinking. I come out here to think, stand on my patio. I got to get a structure in place. Yeah, let me think about this for a minute. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. I had to actually take a break because everybody got home and we had to do bedtime and stuff. So that's always fun. It really is fun. So I did that, and next I'm going to fill the rest of this thing out. So I think we are going to just go with a regular, we're going to go with a front chest and side, or a top chest and side chest. I'm not sure if we can do a front chest, but we're going to start with these. So we need iron and stone. We need some stuff, but we're also going to make that regular coal engine, I think. In fact, and so I'm not sure exactly this one. So furnace, a couple of pistons. Okay, so let's do that. Let's see. We should be able to get this, I think. Oh wait, that's wrong. A couple of these. Oops. And I'm gonna need some more iron. For sure. I don't think I have enough. Do I have any more? Glowstone. I know I have some ore, so I might as well get that going. That is the last of our iron ore, so we're going through it pretty quick. So, oh, right. There we go. Oh, we have some iron. Not a lot, but some. That's good. Okay. Didn't go in. Okay, good. All right. That should get us the engine, right? Oh, we need a furnace still. Where does that go? Right in the middle? And some of these and some iron. There we go. Okay, so we got the hull and engine. Let's get rid of some more of this stuff. Not going to need that right now. Not going to need that right now. Okay, and then we need some chests. Now this process gets a little out of control. So let's do... let's see, we need some of these chest locks, so we can just make 8 of those to start with. Okay, so we got some chest locks. Then we need these plates, or panes. So chest panes are just wood. I'm trying to figure this out. It's like wood with logs, is that right? Let's get some logs. And this stuff, we don't have very much. I might have to go harvest some wood. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to have to. Let's see. So make sure I got this right. Yeah. Okay, so we get 32 of those each. So that's a regular chest pane, and then the huge ones are regular chest panes like that. So I need, for the side chest, I need 1, 2, 3, 4 huge ones. Sorry, I need 4 huge ones and 2 of those mediums. So let's see. Four, 2, and let's see, something like this. My clicking has not been very good today. There's some side chests. I think we just need 1 set of those. Man, I got so much junk. Still, let's put that in here. I don't know. I guess I don't need most of that stuff. All right. And then a top chest. I think I might be able to do the front chest too. We'll see. So more huge ones. Let's see. Let's get a couple more of these because I think what I need. Okay, so I'm only going to be able to make 32 more for now. That's all right. Well, that's not true. I can make more. So what do I need? Just 2 of these? No, 6 of them. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need more of those. That's 4. Do I have enough? I don't think so. No way. 5. Nope. So let's go ahead and do a couple more of these. Actually, let's do 1 more set for now. This is kind of tedious. I apologize. So let's see. I just need 1 more of the huge ones, I believe. Is it nighttime yet? No. And this is for what? The top chest and some small ones. Okay, so we're good. So we need the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. Man, missed again. There's the top chest, and then potentially the front chest. Let's take a look at something. I think you can do a haul, and then, man, the interface is beautiful. They just did such a good job. This is one of those really good. So there's an engine, a top chest, and some side chests. And I think you can do a front chest because I don't think that's on the front. But I'm not sure about that. And I hear the baby crying, actually. I might need to go check on her. Actually, hold on 1 sec. I'll be right back. False alarm. Anyway, I went ahead and made a front chest, and it turns out you can't put them on. It's funny, the front chest doesn't have the same whatever. So this is going to take 2 minutes and 5 seconds. So the way this works, it's really interesting. So you put all this stuff in, you make sure that the complexity is all good. So this is, well, what does it say? Hull capacity is 20. It doesn't really tell me what I'm at currently. At least it doesn't seem like it. Oh, fuel. You do need fuel. Coal, maybe? There you go. Put some coal in it. That's interesting. Yeah, might as well load it up. And then you say assemble, and it'll tell you the current assembly. And then one of this, I think, is the output, maybe. Or maybe this is the output. So let's see. It is dark. Let's sleep. So anyway, the idea is I need to probably turn the engines off. The idea is, let's see what's going on. No, we're still going strong on that. That's good. Might as well get that done. We'll do some refining as well. All right, so anyway, the idea here, that's good. No, not that. Sorry, keep saying it. The idea is that we will assemble the cart, and as long as we meet, so 6, 3, and 5, so that's 9, 14, and 15, so not quite 30 for modular capacity, and this is take 200, so we could do a bunch of other stuff, but this one is strictly for bringing stuff up and down. So we really just want as much storage as we can get. That's the idea of this one. And well, let's see. So if we were 29, I think, let's take a look at the hull. The wooden hull has a modular capacity of 12, so you just can't do very much with it is the problem. You could put like a cart maybe on it, or I mean like one chest or something. Yeah, no add-ons, engine. Yeah, so it's really weak. The thing about this one is we could put multiple engines. Like we could put a solar engine on top, get rid of the top cart, so that it would run on solar power when it got outside. You would make that the primary engine, and then it would go to coal power when it was down below. And so I did that actually on the other one. Well, actually, I ended up going on the other one, being the other FTB that I did, the Crafter's FTB. Actually, what I ended up doing was having 2 trains, but when I started, I initially had 1 train that went from underground and then all the way to the processing plant, and then I switched it to where it was like a train that came up and down, and then one that went to the processing plant and back. So I had a couple of trains, but anyway, I might have one that goes out there, goes up or whatever, and you would want it to use solar power during the day or when it was outside. So anyway, that would be cool. So let's go ahead and get this one going, because I think we want one of those for sure. And we'll just hit assemble, and now it's going to do its thing, and this is going to take some time. It takes 2 minutes, and then it counts down. Just a really good interface. This is another Steve's Carts. Some of these mods are just really, really good. And it makes me really want to do a mod that's quality and pick something. I mean, Steve's Carts is pretty expansive, but it's just carts, right? I mean, if you think about how much work goes into just making the carts mod. All right, let's think a little bit while that's going on. I guess we could also make some rail, because we're going to need some more. Oh, and the other thing, we're going to need some loaders and unloaders. So I probably won't get to all this today. We'll probably just kind of play with the first go. But we know there's a couple of kinds of tracks we're going to need. So we need like a, let's see, a holding track. I can't remember exactly. It's been so long. It's like possibly a holding track. Or maybe not. What about the track end things? I can't remember what those are called. I really like those. Maybe it's a type of track. There's the things that you put on the end of tracks. I don't remember what they're called. But let's think about this. Well, so let's look at the loaders and unloaders. So cart, assembler, dispenser, let's see, loader, item loader. Yeah, I think that's item loaders and unloaders. Or is there a thing called like a cargo manager or something like that? Cargo manager. These take the iron panes, and we'll have to do that. Dynamic pane takes the redstone panes, so I think we can do those. The cargo manager is important, but I think the cargo manager might only be important for up top. This, I can't remember. I might need to watch the video, frankly. So we'll just mess around with this. Let me see if I can find those cart end things. There's like track end, what is it called? Suspend track. What are those things called? Let me go look. They go at the end of the track and make it look kind of cool. I need to make some tracks anyway. So let me do that. I'm going to make tracks just so you guys can understand what I'm going to do for that process. I'm going to make wooden tracks. These. I'm going to, that requires these rail beds. Each one of those ties is slabs and creosote. So I'll use some of the creosote that I have, but I'll have to make a few of those. So that takes a lot to get those rail beds. And then you need 4 of those to make one wooden rail bed. And then I'm going to make some wooden rails, which requires these standard rails, which we've already made on the rolling machine, and wooden ties. So you got to have a lot of those ties. So I'm just going to need to make a buttload of ties, and so I'm going to get started on that. I've got a lot of creosote oil. I bet it's all almost full. So I think what I'm going to do is make some tin cans. Actually, I can make aluminum. Let's see, what is the deal with aluminum? I had trouble a minute ago. I couldn't... Basically, I can't pulverize aluminum. Does that seem right? What's going on? Oh, everything ran out of power. Unfortunate. No! Oh. Okay, it didn't get my cart. Where did he come from? Well, that was actually quite lucky. My cart is done. All right, let's see something here. There's my chest. I wonder what all I lost. Oh, man, everything. That scared me to death. Let me, let's see. How bad off are we? Let's get a lot of this stuff up just for now, and then we'll come back and fix it. Yeah, I think we're okay. I don't think we lost too much stuff, but let me check it out. I'll be right back. All right, guys. We are already at 40 minutes. I think I got everything. So this is our cart. Let's take a look at it. It doesn't seem like anything got hurt. But anyway, so you got the engine. You can tell it what priority that engine is. You can disable it. You got slots for all the different chests. So there's a fair amount of storage. This is scrolling if there is scrolling, and it's just a really nice interface. So anyway, oh, that's cool. I think those are new. Let's sleep. So anyway, I should not have to worry about that. That was just flat stupid. I should never have creepers coming in here because I should have a roof on it. So I'm going to work on that probably next, just so I don't ever have to worry about that again. I think I got everything. Nothing despawned for sure. It doesn't look like anything got destroyed, which is really interesting, actually. Kind of surprised. But I think I'm going to make the track and deal with this later. So we got the cart. I did not find the end things. I'll show you those track ender things next time. But I think we're good. I think this is a good place to stop, especially since I've had another long episode, which I didn't mean to do. Oh, what I was going to say, I was getting ready to show you a couple of things. Let's just look at this. So aluminum ore doesn't actually seem to work in the pulverizer at all. Oh, wait. Yeah, I can put it in, but it doesn't actually work. Now, if I put it in here, does it work? It does. So I can get aluminum ingots out of it if I do it straight through here. I don't know if there's a way to double your aluminum or not. But at least I have some. I'm not sure why I thought that was important. What was I? Oh, right. So what I was going to use these for was potentially, let's see if this works. Yeah, aluminum cans, because aluminum is not quite as difficult to get as tin. And I was going to use those for the creosote oil. So let's make a couple of those just for fun. It would be nice to be able to pulverize those, and so I'll have to look into that. There's got to be a way to do it. Are all these things, yeah. Okay, so let's make a couple of those, although it doesn't, you only get 4 of them. Let's see if these actually work. So what I do, just click on it? Yep, there we go. So those are creosote cans, and I believe I can use it. Let's see. Man, that scared me. That was nerve-wracking. I hate when they sneak up on you like that. Lucky I saw him, though, at all. I thought I was going to get away. Man, I was really, really hoping. So let's see. I can make 4 sets of these. I think that literally means only 4 of the actual ties. Man, that's ridiculous. They're so expensive. That's kind of good, though. So there we go. There's the 4 ties. And then I think that makes wooden rail bed. What's interesting is you can actually make these wooden posts out of them and then make pretty cool fence, I think, if I remember correctly. But we'll have to deal with that later. So anyway, super long episode. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up if you liked it. I'm trying to get back to 30-minute episodes, and I'm just getting further and further away from that. So I'll keep looking, keep trying and whatever. I probably should put a torch in here. He probably spawned up here and was just hanging out. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thumbs up if you liked it. Follow me on Twitter, MinecraftOTB. Leave me a comment. Respond to each and every one. And as usual, thanks or I'll see you next time. almost said thanks for watching for like the 10th time. All right, guys. Talk to you soon.